them became a partaker of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Do not boast against the branches. But if you do boast, remember that you do not support the root, but the root supports you. You will say then, branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. Well said, because of the unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by faith. Do not be haughty, but fear, for if the Most High did not spare the natural branches, he may not spare you either. Therefore, consider the goodness and severity of the Most High on those who fail. Severity, but towards you, but towards you. Goodness, if you continue in his goodness, if you continue in his goodness, if you continue in his goodness, otherwise you also will be cut off. And they also will not, and they also, if they do not, and they also, if they do not continue in unbelief, and they also, if they do not continue in unbelief, will be grafted in. For the Most High is able to graft them in again. And they also, if they do not continue in unbelief, will be grafted in. For the Most High is able to graft them in again. For if you were cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a cultivated olive tree, how much more will these who are natural branches be grafted into their own olive tree? For I do not desire, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own opinion. Lest you should be wise in your own opinion. That blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. And so all Israel will be saved, as it is written. The deliverer will come out of Zion, and he will turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant with them when I take away their sins. Concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake. But concerning the election, they are beloved for the sake of the fathers. Concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake. But concerning the election, they are beloved for the sake of the fathers. For the gifts and the calling of the Most High are irrevocable. For as you were once disobedient to the Most High, yet have now obtained mercy through their disobedience, even so these are, even so these also, even so these also, even so these also have now been disobedient, that through the mercy shown you, that through the mercy shown you, that through the mercy shown you, they also may obtain mercy. They also may obtain mercy. For the Most High has committed them all to disobedience. For the Most High has committed them all to disobedience. For the Most High has committed them all to disobedience, that he might have mercy on all. That he might have mercy on all. Oh, the depths of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out, and his ways past finding out. For who has known the mind of the Most High? Or who has become his counselor? Or who has first given to him? Or who has first given to him, and it shall be repaid to him? For of him, and through him, and of to brothers and sisters, and to him, for of him, and through him, and to him, brothers and sisters. All praise to the Most High through our Savior. For of him, and through him, and to all praise to the Most High through our Savior. And to him are all things. To him, to whom be glory forever. To whom be glory forever. To whom be glory forever. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. First Corinthians chapter 2, First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness to him, nor can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But the natural man does not, but the natural man does not, but the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness to him, nor can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he who is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is rightly judged by no one. For who has known the mind of the Most High, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of our Savior, the Son of the Most High. And I, brethren, could not speak to you as to spiritual people, but as to carnal, as to babes in our Savior. I fed you with milk and not with solid food, for until now you were not able to receive it, and even now you are still not able. For you are still carnal. For where there are envy, strife, and divisions among you, are you not carnal and behaving like mere men? Okay, let's go to Job chapter 21. Job chapter 21 verse 3. For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom. They shall be brought out on the day of wrath. Who condemns his way? Who condemns his way to his face, and who repays him for what he has done? Yet he shall be brought to the grave, and a vigil kept over the tomb. For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom. For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom. They shall be brought out on the day of wrath. Let me see, where is it at? Job chapter 4. Verse 17. Job chapter 4, verse 17. Can a mortal be more righteous than the Most High? Can a man be more pure than his Maker? If he puts no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed before a moth. They are broken in pieces from morning till evening. They perish forever with no one regarding. Does not their own excellence go away? Does not their own excellence go away? They die, even without wisdom. Let's see here. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Most High said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of the Most High came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Let's go back. Verse 6, chapter 1. Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters of men were born to them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Most High said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of the Most High came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Then the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Then the Most High was sorry. Then the Most High was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. For the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High. So my dear brothers and sisters, the sons of the Most High, my dear brothers and sisters, were Seth. Okay? Were Seth's descendants. Those were from Seth. Okay? And the daughters of men were from the serpent bloodline. And brothers and sisters, we must not fellowship with darkness, my dear brothers and sisters. So when the sons of the Most High took wives for themselves of all whom they chose, you see, they didn't listen to the Most High. The sons of the Most High didn't listen to the Most High. They leaned on their own will. And they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. Not who the Most High chose them to be with, which is the good trees. That those, the children of the Most High, only are supposed to be with children of the Most High, my dear brothers and sisters. You know, should not mix with the serpent seed, my dear brothers and sisters, which was Cain. Okay, Cain. So Cain was is the serpent seed. So light cannot fellowship with dark, should not mingle and mate with darkness. That's why the Most High said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days and afterward, when the sons of the Most High came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Now we go back to Jude chapter 1, verse 4. For certain men have crept in unnoticed, who long ago were marked out for this condemnation. Ungodly men who turn the grace of our most high into lewdness, and deny the only the only Spirit of the Most High, and our Savior, the Son of the Most High. My dear brothers and sisters, for certain men have crept in unnoticed who long ago were marked out. My dear brothers and sisters, and if we go to verse 11, woe to them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, have run greedily in the air of Balaam for profit, and perished in the rebellion of Korah. Verse 14, now Enoch the seventh from Adam prophesied about these men also, saying, behold, our Savior comes with 10,000 of his saints. If we go back to verse 6, and the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under the darkness of the judgment of the great day. My dear brothers and sisters, those giants, they were like bullies. The men of old, they were like bullies. Therefore, you have Goliath. You got OG. They were like bullies. Okay. Let's go to my dear brothers and sisters. You have the book Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How you are cut down to the ground, you who weaken the nations. For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation. On the further sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, to the lowest depths of the pit. My brothers and sisters, you don't want that pulpit. You don't want to be pulled into the pit, my dear brothers and sisters. And that's that rep till I am exalted. That reptilian bloodline, that rep till I am exalted, serpent tongue. You know, them giants, them giants, they were bullies, my dear brothers and sisters. The men of old. And if we go to Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 20, the Most High would not spare him, for then the anger of the Most High and his jealousy would burn against that man, and every curse that is written in this book would settle on him, and the Most High would blot out his name from under heaven. My dear brothers and sisters. And that is going back to Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 18, so that there may not be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turns away today from the Most High, our Father. My dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters, I love you. Stay prayerful and keep your lamps filled with light.